Chapter 15. Now that you know yourself, sharing what I learned in wine country. Wine is one of the most civilized things in the world, and one of the most natural things of the world that has been brought to the greatest perfection, and it offers a greater range for enjoyment and appreciation than possibly any other purely sensory thing. Ernest Hemingway. While taking a break from the tastes and traditions of Italy's Prosecco wines on our last day in Venice, Italy, I was sitting in the plaza watching people feed the birds that seemed to be everywhere. Almost every kid between age 3 and 7 eventually started to chase the birds. It was quite amusing because the birds always flew away. But then as I watched the adults interacting with the birds, I noticed that something the kids were missing. The adults did not chase the birds. They would toss a few seeds, unpopped popcorn kernels, and the birds would come to them. And in some cases, they would hop up into their hand and eat right out of their hand. Hint: that's what we want our prostate cancer survivors and their significant other to be doing with one another, right? Here are 3 insights from what I watched for us to apply to your healing journey. 1. When you chase anyone, their instinctive reaction is to run away, even when you chase them with something they want. The kids had bags of food in their hands, and the birds still ran. Just like you have the solutions to many of your significant others' issues, you can still make them run away. And the more you chase after them, the less you catch. True for birds, true for you and your significant other. 2. When you toss out some tasty bits, you start attracting to the point of having them eating out of the palm of your hand. This isn't some trick. You have something of value to offer, and as they see this value for themselves, they'll move closer to you because you want more. This isn't manipulation, it's human nature, or animal nature, because it's just as true for the birds. But here's the kicker. 3. When the kids watched the adults making this strategy work, they tried to do the same thing, only better. Instead of offering a few tasty bits, they dumped out a huge handful of food all over the ground. What happened was very surprising. The birds were overwhelmed. They moved on to other people to try to get food from someone else, even though there was all you can eat right in front of them. When you give too much away, you can overwhelm people. Few, if any, will jump into the palm of your hand. It is a natural tendency to offer solutions before they are asked for when we see a loved one in pain. Remember, in place of chasing, attract your partner. Be aware of overwhelm and back off. Regaining intimacy after prostate cancer happens only when you give out a few tasty tidbits at a time. Follow these steps and your significant other will happily flock to you. I trust your involvement in the materials in this book will greatly assist you to grow. Goal: what do you want? Reality: what is happening? Options: what could you do? Will: what will you do? I appreciate that you are sharing this book with your significant other, talking about it with your friends, as well as recommending others purchase copies for themselves, support groups, and hospitals. My greatest hope is that this book becomes more than something you read once and then set aside. It is meant to be a starting point, not an ending. If you would like to go deeper through expanded step-by-step guidance, practical tools, updated resources, or simply a supportive human conversation, I invite you to continue this journey with me. You can find additional resources and request a complimentary, no-obligation conversation by visiting afterprostatecancer.pro or afterprostatecancer.org. There is no pressure and no expectation, just an opportunity to ask questions, gain clarity, and feel supported. You do not have to navigate intimacy after prostate cancer alone. Let's begin the next part of this journey together.